Good morning, Facebook. This is Fred, the submarine guy, coming to you. I hope you're having a great start to your day. Today, we're going to talk about funnels. I've titled it Funnels 101. You're not going to learn everything you need, but I'd like to give you some great formulas that I've used over the years in funnels that make them just a whole lot easier. So, first of all, what is a funnel? I mean, you hear that all the time. And basically, it's a couple of web pages put together, which could be either HTML web pages or blog pages or using lead pages or ClickFunnels or things like that, so that you can, first of all, capture the prospect's critical information like his email address to put him in your autoresponder and get him interested in your topic or your giveaway or your freebie or your report or whatever it is. Then the next page would be the delivery page. And if you're selling something, it might be your sales page. If you're giving away just a lead magnet, it might be your PDF file or your set of videos or whatever you're giving away. And then the last thing, if you are selling something, you're going to have a link to your pay processor. We used to use PayPal a lot, but recently PayPal has been shutting down online marketers' accounts for absolutely no reason. I've had a PayPal account for probably 15 years and run tens of thousands of dollars through it, and they shut my account down with no explanation, no reasoning, no communication, etc. And they also shut down my wife's account, and she had even less things going on than I did. So I'm hearing all kinds of people in all kinds of affiliate marketing, MLM, coaching, all kind of things that are getting their PayPal accounts shut down. I think it's time to move off of it. One alternative that you can use that I would recommend for you is a program called Stripe, STRIPE.com. It's free to sign up. It's a pay processor that lets you take MasterCard, Visa, I think Discover, and maybe American Express. I can't remember them all, but basically it takes the major credit cards, charges a 2 or 3% processing fee like all credit cards do, and sweeps the money into your bank account in 2 to 3 days. Now, one of the problems with Stripe is it doesn't have a really good interface for creating pay buttons or options for payment like memberships and things like that. I think just because it's kind of new. I was a member of a beta group that did some testing about a year ago with Stripe that was helping to develop some of those, but so far they haven't deployed those. However, there are some third-party programs out there that do exactly that for you. The one I like the best is called, let me see, it's Snappy Checkout, SNAPPY Checkout, CHECKOUT.com, snappycheckout.com. It's another free third-party application that you link over to your Stripe account, and you can make payment buttons. You can do membership payments where it's you know $5 down and $25 a month or something like that. All kind of options on there. And again, Snappy Checkout is free to link up to your Stripe account. May sound a little complicated, but once you get those two lined up, which is easy, it's just a point and click kind of lineup. You don't have to type in API codes or any of that kind of heba haba. Very easy to set up and start using right away. And then you can put them on your HTML pages. They integrate nicely with blog pages or blog posts and that kind of thing. So that's what we're doing for payment processors now. There's a number of others out there that I'm not going to even mention. I've signed up for a few of them. Stripe seems to be the easiest to use along with Snappy Checkout, so I'd recommend you do that. So that's kind of the basics of a funnel. It takes the prospect from a lead capture page through either your sales page or your thank you page to deliver your product. Now, let me see what my next thing is here. A couple of things that you want to remember about your funnels is you have to maintain what's called congruency across the funnel. And what does that mean? Well, it's a fancy word that just basically means you have to be selling the same thing on every page. You can't advertise a weight loss product, for instance, and then sell them recipes for a weight loss even, or a way to make money with weight loss or any of that kind of stuff. You got to have the same message, the same sales pitch across all of your pages. If you don't, your prospects will leave immediately because you haven't fulfilled their need from your first page. So make sure your pages in your funnel are congruent. In fact, it's a good idea to keep the same headline across your funnel pages so that the prospect knows they're exactly in the right place and are still getting the same promise of great benefit across all the pages. And you don't have to use it maybe as a headline, but you can say, you just came from our page, how to lose 5 pounds in 5 days, quote unquote. And here's some more information, or here's the free download, or whatever, is on the next page. So that's congruency. One of the other things that's kind of hard to understand, though, is copywriting. And that's how you write effectively to engage your prospect, to make them stay on your page and either take a call to action or buy your product or download your freebie or whatever your goal is for your funnel. The reason I mention copywriting is it's not a tactic that comes naturally from English 101 or 303 or whatever, because it doesn't necessarily follow the rules of our standard English diction. It basically, if you can write like you talk to your best friend, for instance, or like you talk on a Facebook Live maybe, you'll get much better response from your prospects. And the reason I mention copywriting is it's a continual learning process that you have to go through. And a lot of people will jump into lead pages or ClickFunnels for $100 or $200 a month. And although you can make really snappy looking lead funnels and lead capture pages and that kind of thing with those two programs, if you can't do good copywriting to put good messages on them to make people want to put their info in and click through and that kind of, and make your sale for you, then you're no better off than making a sales page on your blog. So what I recommend is you use your blog, which obviously a WordPress blog is free. Even if you buy a $30 plugin to make it look nice, it's still a good investment, and there's no monthly charges with it. And use those to make your initial sales pages until you start getting a good response, so that you don't have to waste time doing that with those expensive lead pages or ClickFunnels. Those are great programs, but they're only good programs if you're a good copywriter. If you put bad messages into ClickFunnels, you're going to get a bad response to your page, no matter how good it looks or how snappy the graphics are or any of that kind of heba-haba. So that's copywriting. Again, it's a continual learning process. Now, the last thing I got for you, and this is one of my neatest tricks that I've found over the years, is there's a lot of training out there on writing good headlines. Basically, your headline is the first line of an article, or maybe your subject line in your email. It's your first contact with your prospect. And if they don't like what they see in the headline, they're gone. So you got to get good at writing good headlines. So I found this formula that I wrote on this card. Here's my visual graphic, right? And if you can see that, the formula for a killer headline is, how would you like to, and then you insert your great benefit without and then you insert your bad outcome. In other words, you won't have to live with it, kind of thing. So you can pause the video and copy this down. It doesn't have to be exactly word for word, but the idea is to offer a great benefit and contrast it with a negative outcome. And so some examples would be, how would you like to lose 5 pounds without giving up ice cream or other treats? I mean, that's not the greatest one in the world, but you get the idea. How would you like to recruit 3 to 5 prospects per week without going on Facebook Live? Or, things like that, that target a great result that people are looking for. Obviously, it's got to be linked to your target market and their pain points. But you don't want, or the second part is to put in a part that is a negative effect or a negative result that they want to avoid. Okay, so that's why you use the word without. So there's the headline formula that you can use. It works for every niche. It works for every industry. There's a lot of other things you can do with headlines, a lot of other formulas that you can put together, but that one is the most simple and most effective one I've found for repetitive use. That if you use that formula and you get it just right to target the pain points of your prospect and the effects that they want to avoid, it'll work great for you. So I hope this has helped. Obviously, this is not everything you need to know about funnels, but now you have a good payment processor in Stripe, a good payment processor creation system with Snappy Checkout, and you know about congruency, and also about a great headline formula. So that's it for now. We'll go into some more on the next video. I hope you have a great day. Bye.